2.
Your daily hour with
Hello, friends and neighbors. Welcome to another production of the program. Here we are on TV once again, once a day, every day. Turn on the machines and live forever. I forgot to put my laundry in the machine. It's right over there, the machine. It's not going. I told myself that I was going to put my laundry in there before I started it up, but here I am looking at the thing. I'm like hearing the thing go off. Sounds, oh look, no laundry again. So now I'm going to remember that I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to do it while the program's happening. So I'm going to go over there and do it after if I remember to do it. But yeah, this is always how it goes. Like, okay, remember things. You know, it's hard to remember things. Remembering is a two-step process. And the first step is easy. And the second step is very difficult. And the first step is barely even a step. Who am I kidding? But this is my story, like, from a while ago about the two-step process of remembering. Viewers, you remember? You remember the process? Step 1. This is the easiest step. Let's say, like, I'm going to remember this. Schedule memory. Really. Step 2 should be, like, set another timer to remind you to remember. Oh, I can do the thing. They tie a string around your finger. It means do a thing, right? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna tie the string on my finger, and then I'm gonna do the laundry. I'm not gonna go and do I'm not gonna do the thing where you well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hold up. I'm taping tape on my finger instead of string. It's the proverbial string. And say, what's this tape doing here? Oh, it's the string. It's like string on your finger. So we'll see if this works. I guess I won't know until tomorrow. My friends out there in TV land, thank you for joining me in this very difficult time. It's Friday, and I've made it again. I made it back here on another Friday. It's the beginning of the weekend. They call it the weekend, but what is the weekend when you don't do things? So I don't do things, so now it's my weekend of, or not even, well, I'm still doing stuff, so it's like the weekend of just like of remembering the times when things were carefree and there were things to do. Not like that anymore. Now things are expensive. Care heavy. Maybe it makes more sense. Care heavy. Things are care heavy. You gotta care about things. Remember when the weekend meant the time when you can throw your caution to the wind and live your life? Now it's like continue to defend your life against bio threats, against diseases and police. So now diseases and the police are out to get me. But, it's Juneteenth, everybody's saying. So that means it's like that thing right there. We got some voicemails. Nobody's on the Zoom. You can get on the Zoom, go to YDHWM.com, or you can call the number up there, which a lot of people did. some messages. That's good. Looks like Freddy left a voicemail. Mr. Ginsu. Berd. Yellow fellow, I think. I guess we'll play this voicemail. I think this is Yellow Fellow. Oh no, Mike J. J. Mike. Oh, you want a reasonable time, Mike J. Whatever? We're in a different time zone.
Greetings, YDHWM. This is J. Mike, returning a missed phone call from, it looks like around close to midnight last night, Eastern Standard Time. It is about 9:15 a.m. Happy Friday. You can give me a call anytime during the day, reasonable hour. 267-588-9836. Be well.
Be well, huh? Oh, I'm eating some kimchi. It's spicy. Spicy kimchi. Looks like, got some, more. Not gonna call you. It's too late. You wanna call during a reasonable hour? What does that mean? Oh, it's pretty spicy.
Hey, program, it's Freddy. I just saw something kind of crazy on the streets. I was driving down 4th towards my house, and I saw a bunch of people marching. They were yelling, A, C, A, B, all cops are bastards, like that. And they were walking down the wrong way on 4th.
Oh.
And so then I stopped and pulled over, and they all walked by, chanting. And then I was going down the street some more. This was like right outside the reef when they passed my car. And then I saw a bunch of emergency vehicles up ahead, and the road was super blocked, so I drove around. And then as I drove by the the City Hall, rather, I caught out of the corner of my eye what looked like flames, fire, in the middle of the street on 4th Avenue in front of the Capitol.
Oh.
And then, so my curiosity was up, and I parked my car and walked over there, and there was garbage cans on fire in the middle of the street, burning up a big fire. And there was like several fire trucks and tons of like emergency vehicles and stuff like that. But nobody put it out. That was the weird thing. It was just still burning. So I don't know what they were waiting for, but eventually I walked back to my car and went home. But I haven't really seen just like a giant trash can fire in a while. So that was quite an experience. Probably people will be talking about that in the Olympian tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, and the news cycle is slow now. You gotta get on that Olympian. You gotta get on there immediately. Well, let's call him back. Ready. Trash can fire, huh?
Hey, program.
Hey, Freddy, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm watching the show. I'm watching the program. I just saw you listen to my message, and then you're like, "Oh, we're gonna call him back," and then it rang. I'm like, almost as you said that.
Whoa!
It was weird.
That is weird. It's like the thing. It's been so like not live for so long. And now it's like, whoa! Like, what is it? Is it like that?
Yeah, surprisingly live, definitely.
Yeah. It is live though, so well, you know, just jump right in. You know, it's like, what am I gonna say now? What do I do? It's a new. I don't know how to talk anymore about when people are watching. It's like, well, I have something to ask you about. But you already know. You know? Are you there? Hello? Huh. Well, now if you're watching on YouTube, Freddy, you know that it fell through again. So.
Hey, sorry. My voicemail took over and it kept saying please enter your password or press pound. Over and over. I didn't hear anything you said just now.
Did you do either of those things?
No, I just quit that phone thing. Yeah.
I was saying that you could jump right in because usually people call, or usually if I call people, I'm like, hey, here's some things that I was gonna say when I called, you know.
Right.
But
yeah.
Now it's.
I mean, I feel like you haven't even told what you did yesterday, or this. You haven't even told the viewers what you've done in the past 24 hours.
Oh, I got caught up with the whole laundry little story, and then I forgot about where I was.
Yeah, I'm doing laundry too.
Did you remember? I put the thing. Have you ever tried this thing?
What thing?
The thing where you put the string on your finger.
Oh, right. Classic reminder.
I wanted to do the laundry yesterday, but I ended up forgetting, and then I woke up today and I looked at my laundry and I was like, oh, I forgot to do it. So then today I forgot to do it again. I was supposed to do it right when I got home today. I was supposed to do the laundry. I forgot again, and I come down to the basement and I don't. Did you hear this?
I didn't hear it actually. No,
Okay.
I was not listening to YouTube as much as I must have.
That's
should
okay.
have been, maybe.
Well, that's okay. I'm glad you didn't because I want to tell the story to everybody.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I want to tell the story to everybody who I call and they're watching on YouTube. It's like, I already heard the story. I just want to repeat it over and over. But the laundry. I'm doing the program now in the basement where the laundry is, and I came down here and then I started it up and then I was looking over there and I was like, the laundry. So I think I did the same thing yesterday. I was gonna do the laundry yesterday too, and today. And then I was like,
it's your own laundry. This is your clothes.
Yeah, my clothes.
You every day.
So I was like, I better do the laundry. And then yesterday I didn't do it, so I got to do it today. Definitely got to do it today. And I was like, I didn't remember to do it, but I think I had the same experience yesterday where I came down here and I was like, oh yeah, do the laundry. Okay, after the program, you're going to do the laundry. And I kind of thought that would just work, because remember the two-step process of remembering?
Right. It's a multi-step process.
Yeah. But the first step is real easy. And
it's I'm going to remember this. Try.
Yeah. You're like, remember this thing. That's the easy part, and that's barely even a step. The second step is almost to the entire thing. Which is actually doing the remembering. First step is barely part of it at all. But I didn't, second step is easy to miss. So I introduced myself a new step today. I didn't want to tell myself. I was like, maybe I'm gonna tell my electronics to remind me, hey,
Right.
phone or whatever. But
yeah, a phone. Your phone can tell you hey, it's time to do the thing. But
so instead, I didn't have any string right around here. And I don't know how well string would really stay, so I just put a piece of tape at the end of my finger. And
oh, you did tape? It's tape and not a string?
Yeah, well, I don't know where I don't have any string available, and I don't know how well a piece of string would stay on there,
Yeah, tape's probably better.
So what I did is, I don't know if you can see this on YouTube, but I taped.
Oh, you're holding it up? I can see it. Yeah.
There.
It's a little bit of a delay, but yeah. Well, I can see your finger, but it's taped, so it's transparent, so difficult to see. I believe it's there. It looks like a little like more like flat maybe or something. Like there's something there. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely something there.
It's tape.
Yeah.
So I put the tape on there. So the idea is I'm gonna be up there, and then like, whoa, what? You know? Like,
Yeah, definitely.
you're like, I'm gonna do a
I
thing.
got something on in the dryer. Oh man, yeah, our dryer out the window, and then I feel like, well, yeah, I feel like put the dryer out the window.
You put the dryer out the window?
Yeah, you know, most dryers they got like a spot, or you don't have to think about it. You just like I'm gonna start my laundry, but here, you know how like you're making hot air inside the dryer,
Yeah.
but where does that air go? Like
Out the vent.
out the vent. Yeah, most of the time you got like some kind of a tube that goes to the outdoors or something, and it's like connected permanently to the dryer. For us, we got a dryer, and then we got like this like free hanging like tube that like could go anywhere. Who knows where it goes? Like it could go inside the room, which is like where it's been for a long time before I lived here, and like you gotta like put that tube out the window. There's a window, you gotta open the window, stick the tube out the window, and then like mince the air outside. Otherwise, it just like puts it back into the basement because our laundry is in the basement.
Yeah, me too.
And if your laundry is in the basement and your like dryer vent is just like going into the basement, you're throwing a bunch of air and basically like water into the basement the whole time.
We got this
Bad.
tube right here. You can see it on the YouTube, and then it's like that's the dryer. It's open right now. And then this tube right here is the one that goes out. It goes to this window.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't have to open the window. It's just like permanently attached.
Yeah, there's like a It's hard to get around this little pole, but there's like a little. It's dark over there too, but there's like somebody has built like a custom wood like hole with a piece of tube where the tube goes with a piece of wood in it that sits in the window.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see that. Yeah. Maybe someday we'll have something like that here.
Well, yeah. Well, do you have a tube now, and you gotta put it through the window every time?
Yeah, we just have like a aluminum tube, and we open the window and stick it out there, and it like goes. You like hang. Usually, it's just like hanging above the utility sink.
Yeah. Well,
by a wire.
You've got like some woodworking supplies. You could just make a custom piece of wood to fit in the window, have it stay there.
That's true. That's true.
Like that one. Because that one just looks like it's like got duct tape on it and I think it is actually a duct, right?
It's a duct, yeah. If there was ever a place for duct tape, it's there.
Yeah, so it's just like duct tape to this piece of wood, and then like just like looks like they cut the wood, like a hole in the wood to fit the duct and the window. So
yeah,
you could do that, and then because otherwise, yeah, you just like, because that's like all the liquid that's like in your clothes.
I know, that's the thing. No, actually, when I moved in here, there was just like, it was like spider webs, or like, I don't know, even worse than spider webs. It was just like weird gray dust hanging on every surface, even upside down, hanging from the ceiling, you know?
Yeah.
It was like, basically, you get that, you like, are like, oh, we're venting into the room, and it's not even like the liquid, it's like the liquid combined with, like, inside every dryer, there's this weird cutting tool. Like, basically, dryer, it's like a spinning drum, and then on the back of the spinning drum, there's like a tiny, like, 3-inch hole that has a double-sided blade on it, and then all of the clothes like rub up against this blade and then create basically what you pull out of the lint trap. But
Yeah.
it's like essentially it's supposed to like I don't know why we have lint traps, honestly, or like what lint is on clothes, but I know that it definitely is there. There's lint, and then like I actually have looked at the blade. It's like a double-sided blade, and the clothes are spinning past, and they like cut themselves slightly on this blade, and then that lint like is sent out the tube.
Oh.
But if you're like venting your tube into the room, then basically what you're doing is putting not only like the liquid air or like the like highly moisturized air into the room, but you're also putting this like basically minuscule, like almost molecular dust into the air that turns into cobwebs. Our laundry room in the basement, when I moved in here, was venting into the room. Like
Yeah.
they just literally did not hook up the dryer for I don't know how long, and it basically the whole laundry room looked like it had been like lived in by 100 tiny spiders or something. Like
Whoa.
it was like covered in this like tiny every ceiling like crevice had little hanging cobwebs and stuff. So
Yeah. So
pretty weird.
you installed the vent yourself, or?
No. All I did was I I got a really long dryer tube and stuck it out the window. There's a window down here.
Yeah.
You just like attached it to the dryer and stuck it out the window.
But you had to
That's
get
all I
you got the
really
tube
did.
yourself though.
Yeah, I got it at like some like home appliance
Yeah.
store.
Yeah, you need that tube. Otherwise, that's not good. Yeah. It was just no tube before.
Also, it's a fire hazard too. You know.
Yeah.
It's like this house is built in 1902, so
Susceptible to
it's
fire.
like all wood. Yeah, all wood. Very susceptible to fire.
I think the lint trap is something to do with fires too, because lint is extremely flammable. It can be used as like a fire starter. So.
Oh yeah, I've definitely done that. Yeah, you grab the lint from your dryer and you can make a fire in the wilderness.
It's so flammable that it's like actually a tool to be used for flames.
Yeah, it's true.
So you gotta clean your lint trap. Maybe I gotta go clean my lint trap. I don't know when the last time I cleaned it was.
Clean it. I'm like kind of freaked out every time like I'm like about to put my laundry into the dryer, and like the person before me didn't clean the lint trap. I'm like, whoa, holy shit! What are they doing?
You
They're
clean
trying
it.
to start a fire?
You clean it after every use.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, oh definitely.
Oh, I don't think
I clean it, you know, as I clean it before and after, basically,
What?
as it goes.
I don't think I've ever cleaned mine. Here, I'm gonna go grab mine. It's right over there.
Yeah. Clean your lint trap. Are you kidding me? That's
Somebody-
That's how the lint. Need someone to talk for a little bit.
Somebody's on Zoom. Well, that's you, right? Okay, here I go. It's only for like 2 seconds.
I'm not on Zoom. Somebody's there. But it is also Juneteenth today, which is like a pretty important day. I actually didn't know about Juneteenth before this whole cycle of years and months and days.
I didn't
But
either.
It's the day. Yeah?
I think
Yeah, it's new.
I guess it's not new, but
Not
it's like new as a holiday. Is it because of the whole new?
I've heard people have been celebrating
Well, here it is.
like
It's not
way
too bad.
before. It's like it's new because maybe we're not. Oh, that's your lint trap.
Yeah.
That looks like about a use or two. If you are cleaning your lint trap for the first time, and then it looks like that, what that means is that your housemates have been cleaning the lint trap the whole time. Like every time you use the lint trap, somebody else is like using the machine before and after you, and then they're like they're like cleaning it, because basically that's what it looks like every time after you use it.
Wow, that much.
Yeah.
Lint?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of lint. I mean, I honestly think that it's a bit of a scam, because the lint trap or the dryer has a blade in it. Like, if you actually try to like fix your dryer, this is like how I got there, because when I moved into the house, we didn't have a working dryer, and I was like trying to fix the old dryer, and I was like trying to figure out why the dryer wouldn't work. And there's actually like this like part of the dryer where there's a hole in the drum, and then there's like a double-sided blade in there that's like cutting off lint. So it's like literally making lint.
What's the point of that? There's got to be some.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. That's gotta be real, right? Like some kind of thing where the lint.
You don't think that there's like a guard?
bad?
It seems like there's supposed to be like a guard or something that maybe your dryer was missing.
No,
I'm gonna go look again.
Definitely not. If you look in there, that's what your dryer does too. It's like all dryers. Because I feel like we've been like through three dryers at this house, and they all have this like weird hole where there's like a double-sided blade, and then it cuts off the lint. And that's like, maybe if you didn't have that, all of your clothing and whatever would be totally pilly. It'd be like covered in like tiny little balls.
I'm not seeing a blade. I see there's two like holes, like vents. There's two vents with like a bunch of little holes in them, but there's no blade.
No, there's definitely it's like a rectangular hole, and then like inside the hole is like a double-sided blade, and then like the clothes rub up against it, and it like cuts off the lint. I don't know. It's maybe easier to see if you take the back off of the dryer. You gotta come from the other side, basically.
You can't see it from where the clothes go within the clothes hole, like in there.
I mean, it is there, but it just looks like another hole.
Have you seen this in any other dryers other than yours?
I've seen it in 2 dryers at least.
I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's not.
It's there. It's totally there.
You're sure it's there? You don't think that it's like a feature, or some dryers have it and some don't?
Where do you think all that lint is coming from? Like, how does that lint acquire into the like?
I thought the lint was coming from the there's like some vents in there, and like the lint comes from like it just like goes, like when the air goes out the thing, the lint is like those webs. That you got the webs.
But how would the lint like become also in the air? It's like it's gotta become like off the physical structure somehow, and I think it's just like weird.
I don't see any blades, but I don't know.
You're not gonna see the blades. They're like behind. They're behind the structure. It's like there's a hole, and like you can't see into the hole, and then like the blades are inside the hole somehow, and like the fabric moves over the surface of the hole, and like because of the suction of the vacuum of the dryer, so like pieces of the fabric move inside the hole and then are like shaved off slightly. Like the lint is not just like naturally occurring. Like it doesn't like come off the fabric by itself. It's like shaved off. It has to be. It's like already attached. Even like if it's like suctioned, it's not going to come off the fabric without some kind of a other external thing.
All right. Well, I'm not seeing it, but maybe it's somehow hidden. Yeah.
It could be.
Seems like lint seems like logical to me as a byproduct of drying your clothes. Like that, if you just like
true.
Even without a blade, it seems like lint. Because I never thought there was a blade in there, and I never was like, where does lint come from? Like I don't understand lint, and I never thought there was a blade in there. So I think blade or not, lint still makes sense to me. Well, I guess lint is always like the same color, even though there's all these clothes. No matter what kind of clothes you have, lint's always the same.
No, that's not true. If you have all the same color of clothes, it will be the same like my housemate uses a lot of pink clothes. She has a lot of pink clothes.
Yeah.
And when I like clean the dryer vent after she uses the dryer, it's all pink.
Oh, okay.
And like when I use it, it's like some other color.
I'm always seeing this like regular gray lint, but maybe that's just like the combination of every color.
Yeah.
That somebody iPod Touch
I feel
people
like-
keep joining Zoom, but they're not saying anything.
They're not talking?
They're not
That's
talking.
weird.
They're just looking or something. I don't know what's going on there.
They not know how to talk. Like, or,
And they're on an
you gotta, like,
iPod
have the
Touch apparently. Like
touch.
iPod Touch is like what came out like before. It was like before the iPhone. It was like between the iPod and the iPhone. It was a touch. So it's like kind of a weird device to be using, I think.
That is weird.
Like I don't even know if they make those anymore.
They definitely don't make them anymore. It's all that's all like past technology.
Yeah.
But that's the best. Like, you don't want the new technology. You want the old.
Slightly
old one.
old. That's odd though that
There
they're
must
doing.
be something that the iPod Touch can do that the old one or the new ones can't do.
Be off the grid. So you saw the street thing, right? We were talking about. We ended up talking about laundry for 20 minutes instead of the.
Yeah, that's right. I saw a protest last night, and they like set a couple like trash cans on fire. I'm that was the first time where there's been like an official protest where there's been something like literally on fire that I've seen. I haven't actually seen that before. I've been to a couple protests and when like mostly they're peaceful. This time I was like, oh, look at the protest, and then I drove by and there's like literally like flame.
Yeah. Was this
Which was
at
cool.
night?
Yeah, it was like dusk, you know?
Yeah.
It was like just dusk, because I feel like I was like on the program last night.
Yeah, you
on
were.
the phone or on the Zoom, so I like after the program I went and like picked up some raspberry
Hello?
plants from Jackson's house. Hello?
Hello, Zoom person.
Hello, Freddy. Hello, Freddy.
Who's that?
Hello there, Freddy.
Can you hear them?
I can hear them. I think they said hello there, Freddy.
They said hello there, Freddy, and then they left, I guess. Or are you still there?
Oh, hello there,
Hello there.
Freddy. Hello there, Kenny.
Hello, is this Mackerel?
Hello there, Kenny. I heard that. Yeah, now.
Yeah, it's Mackerel. Look, you're talking about what were you talking about? Lint.
Lint, yeah.
Comes from the clothes.
Yeah.
It comes out of the clothes. Yeah.
Oh, is it Mackerel?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Mackerel.
Oh.
Yeah, it
I
just
love
comes
you,
out of the
Mackerel.
clothes. That's why your clothes get thinner and thinner the more you wash and dry them. You know.
Yeah, I get that, but like, what about these blades? So Freddy says that there's blades in the back of the laundry that are like chipping off the lint
It's
on
in
purpose.
the dryer. It's definitely in the dryer. In the back of the dryer, there's blades for sure.
And I looked.
I've never seen anything
I
like
was
that.
looking like right. I did. The dryer is like 8 feet away from me. I don't know how many meters that is, Mackerel, but I was yeah. I was looking right in there. Yeah.
Why do you think we use meters here? Actually,
Oh,
we
I
do,
guess
but
it's like the British imperial system, isn't it?
no. Meters is the opposite of imperial. Imperial is feet and inches.
Yeah, right. And the imperial system originated over there.
That's what you still use, right?
Yeah, but yeah, we still use that. You use meters, don't you?
Well, we use both actually, because they try and teach the kids the meters and the centimeters, but most things we still talk about in imperial ways.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's how I guess we do it too.
Yeah.
I
Like
feel
the-
like imperial.
So, like,
isn't imperial
yeah.
the idea that you could like see it yourself somehow? I don't know.
They teach you it in
what is
science.
Imperial.
Meters seem too big. Like, how can you meters are like 3 feet? So
It's a hard translation as well. Getting from feet to meters, it's a very complicated.
yeah,
You've got to
but
know one or the other.
if it's like 3 feet long, like you can only you have I just said 8 feet, but that would be like 3 2/3 meters. You know, it's like not. It's like too big of a thing. You need something small. Like I think you could say like a half a meter, but like that's like 3 feet's too big of a
Yeah.
unit to be saying things in. I think
Is there anything that you guys use the metric system for?
science.
Huh?
Science.
Yeah,
Science.
actually, like most of the science is used in metric.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So-
guess that's the new universal.
I feel like the
Measuring system
laymen,
for science.
the laymen use empirical.
Yeah, the layman. That's only like fancy scientists are using those meters and stuff.
I even I have a tape measure and it has empirical and it has the metric versions on both sides. You know, like you can pick one side, you pick like 1 inch and like 2/8 or something. No, it'd be 3/8.
Yeah.
Like 1 inch and 3/8. You know, you can like pick it
But-
on the thing, or it's like whatever that is in meters.
If somebody says like, "How tall are you?" though, you say like feet and inches though.
Yeah.
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 How tall
Actually,
are you, Mackerel?
Yeah, but so many people ask me how tall I am in meters. Well, there's so many countries that do use meters, so you have to kind of learn it because people, most countries, you
But
say
is it-
you say
is
5'11", then they won't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So the UK and the US are the only ones that say the height in.
Yeah, pretty much. I think so.
But then you have to say
Maybe
like,
Australia.
Australia. They say like, what do they say? Like I'm 2.5 meters tall.
I'm saying maybe Australia uses imperial too. I'm not
Oh, yeah,
sure.
but if
it's
you're
kind
like-
of like
If you're like 5, or if you're 6 foot even, then you're like about 2 meters. Right?
no.
But that's like, how tall are you? Oh, I'm
Not
2
quite.
meters tall. Like it's too big. It's too big of a
Yes,
unit.
it's, yeah. Well, 2 meters is too big because 2 meters is about 6'9" or something.
How tall are you, Mackerel?
Huh?
How tall are you?
5'11".
5'11".
There you go. See
5'11".
straight away. That's my instinct.
Those are
5'11".
inches.
But what about how tall are you in metric?
I think it works out at 1.8, like that.
But you say-
1.8.
But you tell people, I'm like, okay, so like in other countries, if you say how tall you say I'm 1.8 meters tall. Like that's what you say. Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, to us it sounds dumb, right?
yeah,
That's the way they do it.
I am. It's not like
Well, no,
you're a
they-
robot.
I think they talk in like centimeters, like 182 centimeters or whatever.
100. That's too many things.
Yeah, exactly. We got it right.
Yeah, that's too many. Like I don't want to be 100 and whatever things tall. That's too many things. Yeah, it's like two syllables. 11. You have the longest possible height. With the 11 because it's the most syllables. But I'm
Yeah, yeah.
I'm about 5'7". But if you're 5'8", that's only 2 syllables long. So
So you're measuring length, how tall you are, and how long it takes you to say it, basically.
yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm like between 5'7", like 5. I'm like 5'7.5". But I think I'm gonna move to 5'8", but not because of like wanting being vain and wanting to have extra height, but just so I can have less syllables in there.
Yeah,
It sounds cooler, doesn't
I
it?
think that
5'8".
clarity
5'8".
and like however you envision it in your mind. That's like the most important part.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm 142 centimeters tall. Like, yeah.
I do think that it makes more sense though. Like most of the time, like base 10 makes sense. Like it makes the most sense.
It makes
It's like
yeah.
actually empirical is like crazy. Maybe it's
What?
maybe the problem is that there's like some kind of like we're starting at the wrong point or something and like using the wrong base or like 10. I don't know. But
I think it makes
like, I
sense
feel like-
though. It makes sense the way we do it because there's science. It's like if you want to do science stuff, then use that base 10 thing. If you want to just be just saying about how tall you are and how far things are away from you, like use the empirical. It's like it's better for that stuff. I think it's better to have the two systems.
It's maybe not better to have two systems. It's like I think the like point of the whole thing is to have some sort of a like language where we can all understand each other. So it's like if I don't know what it means when you say empirical, when you're saying, or like when you say metric. Like if you say some kind of like metric thing, even if it's like large or small, I have no idea what it means. I like slightly know what feet is.
That's
like,
why
beyond a certain point, like 7 plus, I like know what like feet might mean.
That's
so,
why.
Like,
but it would only take you about 10, 20 minutes to just give yourself a little coaching course, and you could figure it out pretty quickly using some mathematical structure. You know?
That's why you only use the metric when you're like doing book stuff. Like you don't use it. Yeah. Like, metrics for book learning and not for height talking. You know.
But is there anything that you guys use like both systems, like in the temperature? It's really confusing over here because we use both, and half people use centigrade, half the people use Fahrenheit.
No, nobody uses centigrade.
Nobody uses centigrade over there.
No, that's the beauty of the metric system is like it's like divisible by 10 at any level. So it's like you're like I'm a meter tall or whatever. That does not matter. But then you have like the next level down, which is like 10 of whatever that was, right?
Yeah. But is
that a centimeter? What's the tenth of a meter?
Decimeter. Deca.
Decameter?
Tenth of a meter.
Tenth is deca, like a decade. Yeah, decameter, but nobody uses decameter. People skip that one for some reason.
Does it exist?
It does. It's a I know. I for some reason I know what it is in my mind that it's deca, but I don't know why. Like.
Yeah, that makes sense. Centimeter, decameter.
It's deca, but nobody uses decameter. Like I don't even think people that even use the.
Not in America, maybe.
But even like people, like even like a decameter though. I'm thinking a meter is about 3 feet, and a decameter, so it's like that's some math.
Well, you're talking about like a foot then. Like remember, like a yard. A yard is like what?
Oh yeah, so like a yard and a meter. A yard and a meter are pretty close. I think
that's like the best comparison there is like the yard and the meter, because like we talk about 3 feet, but like other people are talking about like 3 feet. I've never heard someone say a decameter.
3 feet is a yard.
But we've never been in like Europe either. You've never been to Europe.
Yeah.
Or like the UK.
Yeah.
Maybe they say decameter there.
No, do they
say? Do people like measure like in decameters in the UK?
No, we just say 10 centimeters.
10 centimeters. Oh yeah, that's like.
Yeah, but a centimeter is like a quarter of an inch.
No, it's like a 3/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
That makes it easier.
Yeah, but I mean, I think 3/8 and a quarter are not. I think they're close enough. But like, that's too small. You can't like. All right, we're gonna record a message in the future. Hey, future, it's us, the past.
Hello,
hey, how
future.
you going, future?
Do you have a blade inside your dryer? I think you do. Go check.
Yeah, we're talking about laundry and the metric system versus empirical system, and
it's also Juneteenth.
Juneteenth and like protests and stuff. So we're getting fun. We're having fun and getting serious a little bit. Okay, bye, future.
Mackerel, say something, Mackerel.
He said something. Yeah, Freddy saw fire. You watching on YouTube, Mackerel?
I was, but now I can see you on the on my iPod Touch.
Oh, you have a I was just talking about the iPod Touch, so it's not the iPhone, you know?
Yeah, I don't have an iPhone. I'm not made of money.
Yeah. So do they still? Is it like they still make iPod Touches new, or is it like just from the like 10 years ago.
You can still buy them. You can still buy them new from the Apple Store, but
Yeah.
they don't. Then I don't think they're coming out with like a new model.
But they're just like the model from 10 years ago still.
I think this model came out 3 or 4 years ago.
So they still make them. But it's just basically.
You can still make, yeah.
It's basically the iPhone without Freddy,
Without
you getting on Zoom?
Without it being.
Yeah, I got on Zoom.
All right, I'm gonna hang up on the phone.
Yeah, it's an iPhone without the phone.
Yeah, I don't even pay for phone service. I have like an Android phone, but I don't even pay for phone service. I have like an Android phone. Freddy, you gotta meet the YouTube now. Service. I have like an Android phone. Freddy, you gotta meet the YouTube now. Yeah. I don't even pay for service. I just have the Android device, and I just use it as a Wi-Fi device anyway, so it pretty much might as well be like the same thing.
Yeah, the only time I can't use it, to access the internet is when I'm outside, but that's fine. I can deal with that. It's good to escape.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I don't pay for service, so when I go out, I don't go out anymore anyway. So now, so I don't know if anybody's people are going out, they're still paying for phone service and not going anywhere. But
it has advantages, but you don't need to be connected the whole time, do you?
No, and everywhere I go has Wi-Fi, and I can still pick up text messages. I'll be on the bus, and then I'll go by anywhere basically, McDonald's or Starbucks or something, and then it'll send me all my messages. It'll pick it up the Wi-Fi for 5 seconds, and then get all the stuff.
Yeah, that happens to me in some supermarkets.
Yeah. Oh, you just use your but you have a phone also?
I do, but I don't really. I have an iPhone 4.
Yeah.
But it's virtually dead, so I have to. The battery lasts for half an hour or something, so I generally keep it off.
Yeah. But what do you call us on when you're calling?
Skype. When I call it on Skype, I use the laptop, or I can also use this. So,
yeah, that's good. That's what I'm doing too.
It's fine.
I don't know. Most people they pay. Yeah, they got the fancy phones, but I don't. But you have to pay for the iPhone 4, monthly.
No, I think I'm on pay as you go really, because I hardly ever use it. It's not.
Yeah.
Most people I connect with through social messaging.
Yeah. I think people just pay the cell phone companies so much money to have their service. I prefer to not have the phone, but I'm also a little old, I think, so compared to the kids who are really right on the phones all the time.
I haven't actually bought a new mobile phone since 2000.
Yeah,
I've basically been using other people's car stuffs for the last 20 years, secondhand.
Yeah, that's me too. I have my friend's old phone. That's good. We're doing the same kind of thing. Phones are so crazy money and weird and ubiquitous and too much, I think.
But it just doesn't make sense paying $1,000 over there. What is it? $1,000 for a new iPhone?
Yeah,
here it's £1,000.
It's totally insane. And they
it's crazy.
They put you on a payment plan too, so you're just paying off your iPhone all the time. This is and the people everybody's paying it off, and I know you can't afford that kind of thing. They just have them anyway. They're just poor people or whatever. It's ridiculous, but
yeah, phone is the number one thing you gotta have.
Back in my day, back in my day when you said you were gonna meet somebody somewhere, you just met them and you did it. And you had follow through.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a phone. I was how do you meet people when you go places? I don't know, Freddy, how does that work? Is that get weird? 'Cause I don't have a phone. Freddy? Is he there?
He's vanished.
Oh, he's not there. Well, I'm gonna call my grandmother. Yeah, and Mr. Ginsu. I got caught up. We started talking about to everybody else. We got some more calls to make too. I'm gonna call Grandma, and then we're gonna call Mr. Ginsu.
Fantastic.
Hi, Kenny.
Hi, Grandma.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay. I think I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Just a minute. I'm going to check.
Okay.
Mr. Tanzania, you speak English? I make the money to the talking. Mr. Tanzania, I have never heard of you. And I never heard of you.
Just checking now. Probably not there, Grandma.
Yeah, I'm by myself.
All right. Well, how are you?
Hello?
How you feeling?
Yeah. So when he come back, he going to call you back, okay?
Okay. Are you drinking water?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Okay, then. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I went to my grandmother's over 2 weeks ago, so I think that's kind of like a really horrible COVID test. Like, visit somebody who is very compromised and see if they get sick. So I think I'm okay. That was 2 weeks ago.
Actually, my partner Madeline just took the COVID test 3 days ago. Yeah.
What's the results?
They stuck a Q-tip, like a giant Q-tip up her nose.
Yeah.
And then she said it didn't hurt. It was just very uncomfortable.
Way
it was
up there.
A weird. Yeah. It's not as far as they've been doing it, but it was pretty far.
Did you get results?
Yeah. Today she found out no COVID.
Oh, that's good. And you've been breathing, right? Together.
Yeah, I feel like we're somehow in the same. We're in the same zone. So I'm also don't have it. The thing that this test didn't do is determine if you had the
antibodies.
Yeah, not that test. Not an antibody test. So
That's
we don't know if we had it. We just know we don't have it right now.
That's like a Mitch Hedberg joke. He says, "This is I don't want to take the I guess I don't know if it's the AIDS test or whatever he was joking about, but he's like, so I just called my friend and I said, hey friend, you know anybody who has AIDS? And he says, no. And he's like, well, that's good because you know me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But really, I mean, I think if you're taking the test and people are around you, I think one of my roommates actually got the antibodies test, and I think they didn't have the antibodies, so that made me think that I also am taking the test in a way.
Yeah, that means you haven't got it yet.
But it was warm. Today was pretty warm. So in the middle of the night, I woke up overheated, and I was like, I got a fever. But it was just hot out.
I know. When you take the test, they're like, okay, you take the test. Now it's time to isolate yourself for until you find out the results.
Yeah.
And then it's they tell you you isolate as best you can.
Your call has been forwarded to
an automatic voice message
system. 360.
Every single time you isolate or don't isolate, it's then it's a new chance to possibly get the virus or something.
Mr. Gintz, it's a program. You can call us back. Okay, bye. Yeah, the test, but you could take the test and then somehow get the virus on your way home or something.
Yeah, definitely. After we went to the testing site, we went to grocery outlet because we needed to get groceries. So
it's
didn't have it then. Probably not now either, but possibly we got it at grocery outlet.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
I'm calling Berd now too. I didn't listen to his message. That's okay. We'll just call him and. Yeah, is it free? Are they giving out free tests, or you have to?
It's insurance.
Yeah.
Not free. If you have insurance, it's you don't have to pay. But if you have insurance,
hello.
It's you don't have to pay.
Hi, Berd. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. A little aggravated by seeing that skateboarder do all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I didn't listen to your message because we only have a few minutes left. What?
We just added Berd to the Instagram or like the YouTube.
He was
links.
repeatedly running a red light
The skateboarder?
on a busy street.
While you're
Yeah.
skateboarding? That's okay.
He was,
I remember
he was
you
bombing down
flipped, Bert. I remember
Capitol Hill.
like many years ago, you were really mad at traffic for not treating you special for being a pedestrian.
Yeah, but I wasn't running red lights in front of cars.
Oh, like they could have gotten hit?
They did get hit.
Oh, you saw somebody get hit by a car?
Yeah.
What happened? Oh, I didn't listen to your message.
He got up and he yelled at the car driver and said, "Didn't you see me?"
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever. And there were three of them, and it looked like they were just doing it. You know, I saw him do it twice. The second time he got hit.
Yeah.
So, it's very just,
You definitely got to look.
they were kids. They were probably, they might not even have been adults, They might have been 17 or something.
I definitely don't
So-
pay attention to traffic lights. I just look if it's clear or not, and then I go. Like, even I don't trust the traffic lights as a pedestrian, so I just wait for it to be clear. Especially now
Yeah,
because I don't touch.
You don't, when you're riding your bike down Capitol Way and the light turns red, you don't just, bomb it, You stop for a red light.
You always gotta look. I mean, I don't really pay attention to the lights. I just pay attention to traffic because I don't trust
That's a
it.
dangerous one. On Legion, though, you can't see people coming from the left when you're going downhill because of the hill. There's a hill going up to Capitol Way from Legion. And sometimes people drive really fast up that hill.
Yeah,
So,
you can't see. I always look. I feel like I could see a car if it's coming.
yeah. You might be able to hear it unless your skateboard wheels are too loud.
That was in town though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
But he didn't get hit too hard then, huh?
No, he got up. I don't think he even hit the ground. I mean, I think he landed on the car hood and then popped back onto his feet,
I have been hit by several cars in my life though on the bike. Probably at least 4 or 5.
Yeah.
What was your interaction with the car that hit you after the fact?
The last time I got hit by a car, do you remember this? I did get a little bit hurt from that time. Remember that?
No.
It was I think it was in 2018. I was going across. It was at Goodwill in Hawkesbury, and they were turning left. I was going, and they were turning left, so they should have stopped for me on the sidewalk. So I wasn't stopping, but I didn't think they were going to turn left into me. So then they hit me with a car, and then I fell over. I was a little hurt. I was like, ouch. And then I got up, and then they came out, and they started cursing at me.
What?
Yeah, they're like, what are you going? What are you? I'm like, you just hit me with a car. And then, I'm like,
they could have killed you. That's they should they should be like, how are you? Are you okay?
yeah, I'm like, you hit me. And I think, I don't know, I was just like, I'm probably okay. Why don't we just go? I was like, whatever. But you don't. I said, don't curse at people after you hit them with a car. That's what I said. And then I was kind of got up and kept going. I was a little sore, but I was okay. But I should have been give me all of your money, that you have on you. Just give me the cash. You got any cash?
Yeah.
Or, hey, that's a nice
you could,
ring.
You
Give me
could, call for an ambulance and say you have a neck injury or something. But the reality is that the skateboarder was, he ran a red light. He was crossed,
Oh, yeah.
So it's in that situation, I don't think the driver would be in trouble for hitting them.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you doing, Bert?
It's if somebody jumps in front of you, it's bam.
The show's almost over.
Yep, I'm about to drive through at McDonald's in Tumwater.
You're on the doing the Uber Eats.
Yep, doing it.
Well, hey, Mackerel, you still there? The show's almost over. We got about a minute left.
Yeah, I'm still here.
You ever been hit by a car?
Yeah, years and years ago. I was going around what we call a roundabout, which you don't have many of those.
We have those here in Thurston County. We have quite a few of them.
All right, only in Thurston County. That's fantastic. That's great. Well,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about then.
Yeah.
Went around. I was going around it, and the guy just basically didn't see me. And he was luckily he started from a standing position. As I was going past his entrance to the roundabout, he just started zooming off straight into me, and I was limping for a few days, but nothing broken.
You were walking?
No, I was on a bicycle, and then years later, I had a motorbike, and I was going through a green light, a junction, a crossroads.
Yeah.
And this car just started slowing down on the left hand side, like he was going straight on, but he wasn't sure where he was going to go, left or right or straight on. He didn't know where he was, so I just went around the outside of him, quite legally, to go straight on. And at the last second, he just turned right into me at the back end. I was going like 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I was taken to the hospital.
They go counterclockwise in Britain in the roundabouts.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we go clockwise. Yeah.
That would confuse me.
Because it's like the other side of the road thing. All right. Well, the show's over. We made it. You got any final words you want to say before we're done here, Berd, or anybody?
Today is the longest day of the year in the UK. Is it the longest day of the year over there?
It's on Sunday. It is.
Sunday, right? You're a day behind us.
Yeah, and today's Friday. Oh, is it Saturday for you?
Oh, it's Saturday here.
UK.
Yeah, so it's like already a day. It's like today's Friday, it's Saturday for you, but your Saturday is your solstice and Sunday.
So it's the same for you.
It's wait, are you talking about Sunday?
No, Saturday. Today is the longest day, so
Saturday
tomorrow
is.
will be the longest day for you. Yeah.
Sunday is. Oh wait, isn't it Sunday is the longest day? 'Cause Sunday is equinox, the solstice.
Oh, no, it's like crazy now. Like tomorrow?
Sunday is the first day of summer. That's the longest day of the year, right?
Maybe.
I think.
Well, maybe there, but here it's Saturday. So
Maybe it's
that's the
Saturday
difference.
here too. It could be Saturday. Maybe it's
It could be
tomorrow.
Saturday. It could be Saturday because it could be the day before summer. So it might
Kenny's the one who's saying it's Sunday over there. So.
But summer starts on Sunday. That's why I think that's what it is. But it could be the day before summer. It makes sense that it would also be it. But I'm pretty sure it's actually. But anyway, thanks Grandma. Thanks Freddy. Thanks Mackerel. Berd.
We're gonna do a lost episode after this. I'm gonna do a lost episode.
Oh, good.
I'll be watching Freddy.
All right.
For tuning in.
Here goes. Here's the credits. Thanks for watching. The song is funny now to have, but still, God bless. Friday, thank you. It's we're on TCTV channel 22, 11:30 and 2 a.m. Check it out. Yeah, YDHWM.com. I know I'm free. 360-364. Call me a message. Get on TV. Yeah. 190 Avenue number 3. Check it out. Gladly stand up. On Singers, it's a good song. Thank you. TCTV, La Baby, Dirty Fabulous, Graham, South Spy Con, Joe Mupka, Thurston County, Washington State, USA. Thank you, and viewers here watching. Thank you. USA.
Goodbye.
Hell yeah, dog. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.